Greetings, humans. I miss these. I really do. I realized that I've been for like the past couple months, honestly. I've been at a complete 10 for a lot of these uploads. And I know the reason why. I miss these sort of contained chill talks, but it's just gotten to a point where I feel like the things that I necessarily enjoy talking about is a bit too complex. Not in the sense that I don't think people would understand. It's more so it's a bit too much of a 180 to have a serious conversation in one video and then talk about how Canada is a social experiment put on by the government. That's a joke, by the way. At least I have to claim that so that this video doesn't get taken down. I'm playing, of course. Not really. And so, I'm sorry. I'm at a 2 now. Let's bring it back down to a 1. This year has been quite the year for me. I remember distinctively saying that 2023 was probably like the best year of my life. And while I will not take away what I felt in the previous year, this year has definitely, I can't say it's been the best year, but it's definitely been a completely character-defining year for me. It started off extremely wonderful. It could have been the best year of my life. And while it is still up there, I think it gave me the blueprint for what I can perceive as happiness. I got a glimpse of that success. This year has just been a constant mess of failure, but my mindset now is I've had a complete paradigm shift in the sense that despite a lot of failures, they have all been turned around into triumphs. And I wish I could explain what that means. I just think back to how, you know what? I'll tell you how. I'll tell you one way. I was not supposed to be at the college that I was at. I was supposed to go straight to uni, but I didn't get into the uni that I wanted to get into. I got rejected. And I went into college and dropped out after the first semester because I just couldn't do it. And during that same time, a extremely wonderful person that is in my life currently was planning to move to, at least to me, across the fucking world. Yeah. But a situation happened where a not so good situation happened, and they were forced to stay where we both currently reside. And we were both talking, and we were just both all like, wow, we would not have met each other if things had went our way. If they had moved to the place that they wanted to move to, if I had gotten into the uni that I wanted to get into, we would just never have met each other. And our lives would be totally, completely different. And even in between that, there were so many different failures that I had that led me up into meeting them in the first place. It wasn't just me not getting accepted into that uni. Yeah, but I always turn things around, and that's just been it's given me a new perspective on things of how I don't think anything has gone my way this year. Yet this is probably the happiest year I've had. One of the happiest years I've had in my life, period. And it's just been a constant string of L's that I've been able to redefine into wins. I've changed so much. I've evolved so much as a person this year, all because of the people that I've met along the way, that it actually scares me to think about the person that I was in January. I have my diary, and I remember writing a specific entry talking about how cringy it is for me to look back on these entries when I'm older. It's crazy to think that it would be in the same year that I would be looking at them cringing out. But I knew I had to get out my feelings completely unfiltered and not try to shy away from how I actually feel about things, even if they are a bit immature at times. But those entries, I remember feeling so happy with them at the time, and looking back at them now, I'm just all like, girl, this is ooh, nasty, yucky, but like, you're young and you're cute and you just don't understand. You don't have the experience, but like I do now, and I would never act like this ever again. What can I talk about surrounding that? I used to be extremely... Oof, you want to hear a diary entry from me? I have my 2 books with me here today. So, my Spotify Wrapped, I don't know why I said it like I have a specific one. So Spotify Wrapped came out a few days ago. I'm going to post my results on Instagram. Follow me up if you want to see it. And I saw that it said that there was a specific day that Spotify singled out that I listened to a lot of music on. And because I have my diary, I was thinking to myself, oh, I could probably figure out what I was going through on that day. And so I opened it up. It was August 20th. And I was all like, oh, what was I presumably doing on August 20th that I was listening to so much music? And I found the day specifically. It is August 20th, 2024 at 12:49 p.m. And the title says, My 2 Weeks Notice. Now I'm going to skip over the first part because it's a bit too personal. But it says, Last night and today have been pretty terrible. I've never had my heart ache so violently that my body started to lose function. My legs gave up from under me. I could barely stand. My screams, my own screams, scared me. This is not right. I was so confused. I read that. I was all like, Jesus Christ, what was I going through? I'd completely forgotten, but that was a very serious time. I used to be an extremely codependent person. Like when I like somebody, and this is something that goes back to my childhood that I didn't even remember, but being away from people that makes me feel happy, because there's so very few people that I can say that with. Being away from them for an extended amount of time just causes me to just absolutely break down. A very special person in my life came into my life just completely out of nowhere, by chance, by coincidence, by a multitude of butterfly effects, and just like that, they were gone. And I was just going through it. At that point, it had been months since I had seen them. And I mean, before, I remember and I can't be scared to admit this. I've changed, and this is not who I am today. But I remember just like the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, those 2 days would kill me to not see them. Just 2 days. I remember there was a break in between, like one semester, and it was like 10 days. I legit counted, and I was so irritable not seeing them face to face, and I couldn't handle it. And at that point in August, it had been months since I had seen them, and that was the longest period of time, at least up until that point, that I hadn't. Yeah. And I mean, I remember that night. I remember the screams were crazy. I don't even know how. I just lost I was walking, and then my legs they just shut down. My body just shut down. It was insane. But the person that I am today, I mean, I don't have to justify that to anybody, but it's cringy to look back now and to be all like, oh my gosh, it's been 2 days and I haven't seen this person. Oh, it's been 10 days. Oh, it's been a few months. So now it's all like, yeah, we have a life. We have totally different things going on, but that's something I had to learn, you know? I'm really happy. Now, I won't ever be as happy as I was in the beginning of the year, because I was just so innocent and juvenile and so eager to seek out these new experiences that I've never had before. And it's a bit sad to know that I'll never be, well, that's a lie. It's not that I won't ever be as happy as I was in the beginning of the year. It just won't be in the same capacity. I'm glad that I am the person that I am now, and that I went through the things that I went through. Because as much as I love January Evelyn and how happy she was, I, for the love of everything, do never want to relive what she had to go through as oh God, Jesus Christ. Now I'm thinking about it. One thing I had to learn was just self-respect. The love that I have for myself now it actually scares me how much I love myself now. And I wish this is love that I could give, that I could bestow onto other people. It hurts me a lot when people around me trash talk themselves and they're serious. I'll shit on myself from time to time in a video here or there. It's not like I actually believe it. I love myself way too much. Well, now I do. But that's something I had to learn. It was to love myself. That after I made that video, it's crazy how my outlook on everything is just completely shifted. I started posting videos on this channel again because I was almost 4 years of isolation from everybody. I had no social skills. Excuse me, I was going crazy in the house. And I was just all like, I need friends. I had nobody. I was talking to nobody at all. I need people. I dropped out of college. No prospects for future careers. I didn't know what I was doing. Started this channel. I was all like, I gotta figure out a way on how to be social. And what, you thought I was gonna go outside? Are you crazy? I'm Gen Z. I'm sorry. Anyways, and so I started making videos on this channel, and from what I remember, I feel like I wouldn't dare look at my oldest videos, but I feel like I couldn't even make a video past like 5 minutes. I feel like I struggle to even speak more than 5 minutes, and now I make like 40-minute videos. This isn't going to be one of them, so don't look at the timestamp, because I'm going to bring this all back in a loop in a second here. But I just had to build up that skill, and that skill of doing these videos is what helped me be more sociable when I finally went back to college, because that was the only thing that was on my mind when I went back. I didn't care about careers. I didn't care about degrees or anything like that. I just wanted to be around people my age again. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted to make friends, and I had those experiences. in that year or two that I came back to college. And this year in particular, I had one specific goal, and that was to maintain those friendships. That's not something I've ever had in life. People usually come and go out of my life, and I know that used to fuck me up a lot. It always felt like, damn, why does everyone abandon me so much? And I'm not going to go too much into the lore exactly. I realize now, with having people that I do consider friends, that the people who quote unquote abandoned me, or that went out of my life so easily, they were never really my friends. In comparison to the people that I talk to now, in comparison to the experiences I have now, and in comparison to the happiness that I have with the people that I'm surrounded by now, those were never my friends. And I have no ill will towards those people. It was my own fault for not having people that were right for me around me. And that's simply because I had no self-respect for me. And that's something I've had to come to recontextualize. And I still have the same people in my circle that I had in the year prior. And hopefully they'll be here for as long as they need to be. And right now, and going into the next semester, I know this is so strange to say, but now I'm in uni, and now I'm finally focusing on what I might do in the future. Yeah, because honestly, I really didn't care. I felt so alone in the world that the only thing I was focused on when it came to college and uni, and that was making connections. And I know I'm a sociable person. I know I can communicate. I know I'm entertaining to listen to and talk to. Maybe not in this video, but watch any other video, and I can assure you I'm a bit of an anomaly. That's not the correct word, dumbass. Yeah, I'm a bit of, Jesus Christ, what's the word? An enigma. Yeah, that's the word. I have the people around me that I love so, and now I have to focus on not only keeping them, but also keeping myself afloat. And yeah, I don't really have a bow to end this video on. I'm just kind of rambling. It's so interesting to see the evolution of how things have changed over the years. Just looking back at these old diary entries, or seeing old photos of myself from earlier this year to who I am now today. It's interesting. And it all started because I needed to make a change. It all starts with you. Nobody in this world is going to save you except for you. And that can be a very scary fact, or it can be a sobering one. It's one I wish I'd learned earlier, but I don't regret who I was in the past. I can only look to the future and continue to make future Eve happy. Yeah. Well, that's been me. I'll see you lot later. Peace.